You're standing there, waiting in line at immigration, passport in hand, and the anxiety starts to build. You've seen the stories. You've heard the rumors. The officer could ask you anything, and if you get one answer wrong, you might find yourself being detained or, worse, sent back to where you came from. Sound familiar? Yeah, we've all been there. But here's the thing. If you know what to expect, and more importantly, how to answer the questions, you can walk through immigration like you own the place. Let's be real. Most of the questions immigration officers ask are pretty straightforward. As you probably know, there's no need to overcomplicate it. The key here is preparation. Know what to expect, and you won't be caught off guard when they throw the usual curveballs your way. So, let's get into it. Here's the lowdown on the questions you'll face and how to answer them without looking like a deer in headlights. First up, what is the purpose of your visit? Now, we all know this one's coming. The immigration officer needs to know why you're there and checks if your reason for visiting aligns with your visa type. It's not rocket science, but you'd be surprised how many people overthink it. So, you're on a tourist visa? Tell them you're there for a holiday or a vacation. That's it. Don't go into details about how you're planning to explore the city's nightlife or how you're excited to try that one restaurant you saw on Instagram. The officer doesn't care about your itinerary, just keep it simple. I'm here for a vacation, will do. If you're visiting family, just say that too. They don't need to know the intricacies of your family reunion, just give them the basics and move on. Now, if you're getting fancy with your answer and trying to give too much detail, here's a tip. Keep it short. Immigration officers don't want your life story. They want to confirm your visit matches your visa type, and that's it. Over-explaining could make things more complicated than they need to be. The rule here is that clarity is king. Keep your answer to the point, and you'll be golden. Next question. How long do you plan to stay? We all know the answer to this one, right? If you're planning a 2-week holiday, you simply say 2 weeks. However, here's the thing. Even if you're not sure of your exact return date, provide them with a clear time frame. If you're planning to stay for a few weeks but haven't locked in your exact departure date yet, still pick a number. Don't say, "I'm not sure yet," or "I'll leave when I feel like it." Officers need to know you're on top of things and they don't want any uncertainty. If you're a last-minute traveler or your plans are more flexible, don't sweat it. A refundable return ticket will save your life here. You can show them that you've made a plan to leave, even if you don't know the exact day. Pro tip, buy a refundable ticket, show it to the officer, and if your plans change, you can always cancel it later. This way, you've got backup and won't be left scrambling for proof that you'll actually leave when you say you will. Now, they're probably going to hit you with the "do you have a return or onward ticket" question. As you guys know, this is a big one. Immigration officers want to make sure you're not planning to overstay your welcome. They want to see that you have a plan to leave the country within the time frame of your visa. If you've got a return ticket, you're good to go. If not, it's time to grab a refundable ticket to show you've got your exit strategy covered. This is the easiest way to avoid any hiccups at immigration. If they see you've got a ticket booked, they'll feel confident that you're following the rules. But here's the thing. Don't try to play the "I'll figure it out later" game. It doesn't work. They've seen it all before. When in doubt, just have the ticket ready to go, whether it's for the day you said you're leaving or a flexible date. Nothing screams "I know what I'm doing" like an actual return ticket. And if your plans are up in the air, grab a refundable one. Just make sure you've got that proof of departure. The next question they might ask you is, where will you be staying? Ah, yes. The classic accommodation inquiry. Officers need to know where you'll be staying during your visit. And again, here's where keeping it simple works wonders. Whether you're staying in a hotel, Airbnb, or crashing with friends, just tell them where your first stop is. If you're still figuring out the rest of your itinerary, don't sweat it. Just tell them where you're staying for the first few nights. Something like, "I'll be at an Airbnb downtown for the first few nights and then I'll be traveling around," works just fine. No need to go into every detail of your travel plans. They just want to know you've got a place to stay. But don't be that person who tries to wing it when it comes to your accommodation details. Officers are pretty sharp, and if you don't have any answers ready, that's a red flag. Be prepared to show the address of where you're staying, or a reservation confirmation if they ask. In some countries, such as Mexico, if you're staying with friends or family, they may require an invitation letter from you. So, always check the country-specific entry requirements before you fly out. That's just one more thing to keep you ahead of the game. Now, here's a question that might catch you off guard. What's your occupation? This one's simple, but it's important. Immigration officers want to know you're financially stable enough to support yourself during your stay. If you're employed, simply mention your job title. I'm a graphic designer, or I work in marketing works perfectly. If you're self-employed, no problem. Just tell them that too. If you're not employed at the moment, you'll need to explain how you're funding your trip. Don't just say, I don't have a job. Be ready to explain that you have savings or other financial means to cover your stay. If you've got access to funds, show them your bank statement or credit card details. That's the kind of preparation that'll put their minds at ease. Now, here comes the fun part. How much money are you carrying? This one's a biggie. Immigration officers often ask this to ensure you're not carrying more than the legal limit and to confirm that you have sufficient funds to support yourself during your trip. If you're carrying cash, be ready to declare it. If not, it's good to have proof that you've got money in the bank, like a credit card or a bank statement. Don't make the mistake of showing up with no proof of funds and hoping it'll be fine. It won't be. Show the officer that you're ready for your trip and they'll move on to the next question. And then comes the classic. Did you pack your own bags? Yes, they're really going to ask you this. It's not a trick question, but it's one they'll ask to make sure you know exactly what's in your luggage. If you packed it yourself, just say yes. If someone else packed for you, don't try to dodge the question. Just be honest and say so. The key here is transparency. You don't want to be caught off guard looking suspicious. Answer confidently and the officer will move on. They'll probably ask, are you traveling alone? Again, simple. If you're with someone, just tell them who you're with. I'm traveling with my partner, or I'm here with my family for a holiday is all you need to say. If you're solo, just say so. No need to over-explain or make it sound like you've got something to hide. Immigration officers are just verifying your plans, so be straightforward. Another one they might hit you with. Do you have family in the country? This is a quick one, but it's important. If you do, they'll want to know who they are. But here's the thing. Having family in the country isn't a problem. They just want to make sure you're not planning to overstay your visa. If you've family members there, please provide their names and addresses. Make sure your answers match up with your documents and they'll be satisfied. Have you ever been denied entry to this country or any other country? It might sound like a question you can dodge, but don't. Officers are trained to spot inconsistencies, so it's better to be honest. If you've been denied entry in the past, explain why. Yes, I was denied entry once because of a paperwork issue, but I've taken care of that and have the right documents now. We'll cover it. If you've never been denied entry, just say no. Honesty goes a long way here. And last but not least, do you have anything to declare? Before you get nervous, relax. If you're carrying typical travel items, clothes, toiletries, souvenirs, then you don't have anything to worry about. However, if you're carrying something that requires declaration, such as a large sum of cash or duty-free items, ensure that you declare it. Avoiding this step could lead to legal trouble, so it's better to be safe than sorry. Just be honest and you'll be fine. So, there you have it. The immigration questions you'll face and how to answer them without breaking a sweat. The secret is preparation. Answer confidently, stick to the facts, and don't over-explain. Immigration officers are just doing their jobs. They're not out to get you. If you're familiar with the process, you'll breeze through it and get on with your trip. Now, next time you step into that immigration line, you'll be prepared for whatever comes your way. And if you found this video useful, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more helpful tips. Safe travels, and see you in the next one.